Go ahead.
10C, approve first reading of the Knox County Schools 5-year strategic plan.
Okay, pardon? Motion made by Ms. Kincannon. Is there a second? Seconded by Ms. Carson. I believe we have somebody signed up to speak public forum before we begin our discussion and vote.
Yes, Madam Chair. The first is Laura Hopson. Ms. Hopson, if you state your name and address for the record, please, and you got up to 5 minutes.
Lauren Hopson, 7500 Poppin Drive, Knoxville, Tennessee. First of all, I just want to say that I appreciate the efforts of the board. I watched the 4-hour meeting on Monday night, and I just wanted to say thank you for really delving deeply into the 2020 plan and asking some good questions and working on the resolutions to the state. I would, however, recommend that, before you give your full support behind Common Core, if you haven't done so already, go through each grade level set of standards, every single one of them, and make sure, they're appropriate. It's a lot of stuff to just say we support Common Core if you haven't done that. Anyway, I also want to say how wonderful it is to see so many people at a school board meeting on 4th of July week. Many of the teachers behind me have started a movement that has been successful in getting this assembly room filled many times in the last year. All we have ever wanted was for the public to become more informed about our educational system so those who run it can be held as accountable as the educators in it. By so many people regularly attending school board meetings, no matter what their agenda, motivation, or perspective, that is a good thing for Knox County schools. I did want to address a few concerns tonight about Monday's discussion of the superintendent's 2020 plan. There were components of the plan that dealt with professional development and teacher autonomy. Please understand that in the last 24 hours, teachers have received their teacher effect scores, meaning that you are going to have to deal with another wave of low teacher morale, no matter how the Tennessee Department of Education tries to spin the scores. I hope you will realize that this does not mean teachers need to be bombarded with additional mandated Common Core training. Any teacher worth their salt can read standards and implement a way to teach them. Teachers learn no differently than our students. They learn best when they are interested in the subject matter. This leads me back to Monday's discussion of earned autonomy. A veteran teacher may not get as much out of coaching from a lead teacher that may only have 4 or 5 years of experience like a new teacher would. But they often learn the most about how to teach or how not to teach from their own mistakes. How do we do this if we have to earn the autonomy to try something new that might not work? Another of the goals was to cultivate a culture of growth within our school system. Frankly, I resent the insinuation that a culture of growth does not already exist. 6 or 7 years ago, for example, a colleague of mine became interested in the Daily 5 literacy program developed by 2 teachers in Washington State. Our principal, Nancy Malin, encouraged us to do a book study on our own, and within the year, the whole second grade team had implemented it. Our CBM and benchmark scores went way up, and our children learned to work independently. Teachers from all over the county came to watch us teach. We can only use shreds of that system now because it doesn't fit the team evaluation system. I hope the system does continue to boost the culture of growth already in our school system by pulling back on the top-down management that will soon destroy this instead. But most importantly, I want to reiterate Mr. Savory's comments from Monday evening. You can't rush this 2020 plan. You need to give the public more opportunities to learn exactly what is in this plan. You can't manufacture support for this. It will only work if you truly have it. Many a teacher has told a student somewhere along the way, if you spend as much time actually working instead of acting like you're working, there's no limit to what you could achieve. The same goes for making this a solid plan that the community can get behind. You can't manufacture positive teacher morale. You can't manufacture public trust. Just like our students, you have to do the work and earn it. Thank you.
Madam Chair, we have